Hey mathematicians, this is Mrs. Shopper coming with you with the first section in chapter 4. We're going to be talking about triangles. This is one of the many chapters we talk about triangles. This is just going to be an introduction to get you moving, get you thinking about them, and kick off the second quarter with a good note. So when you classify triangles, you can classify them by angles. You probably have heard this before, but acute, obtuse, and right are common ones. Equiangular is another specific type of acute triangle. It means that all three angles are congruent. I want you to notice up in the upper right-hand corner this notebook symbol. And whenever you, or note card symbol, whenever you see the note card symbol, I want you to put this on a note card. Now you can do it in your notes, you can do it in your note card, you can do both. But we are going to be utilizing these note cards throughout the chapter. So you'll want to make sure you do that, and we'll talk about that in class as well. You can also identify triangles by their sides, whether it's equiangular, or I'm sorry, equilateral, isosceles, or scalene. So if we're going to classify these triangles, I'm going to add on some side length measurements because that was missing from these pictures. Okay, so this first one we would classify as equiangular because it is a specific type of acute angle, so acute triangle, so we call it equiangular, and it is also equilateral. The second one, it's an obtuse triangle because it has an angle greater than 90 degrees. It's also scalene because none of the side measurements are the same. Looking at the third triangle, this one would be considered an acute triangle. The reason it's considered acute is because all of the angles are under or less than 90 degrees, and it would also be called a scalene because none of the sides are the same. All right, let's take a look at this. We want to find the measures of the sides. So find the measure of the sides of the isosceles triangle. So isosceles tells me that there's two sides. If the base is KL, that's this one, which makes side KM and LM right here. These are your isosceles triangles. Those are your isosceles sides, your congruent sides. So in order to find the measure of each of the sides of the triangle, the first thing I'm going to need to do is find the value of D. And since I know that the measurement of KM is equal to the measurement of ML, I can substitute those values in. 4D minus 13 is 12 minus D. So 5D equals 15. Divide both sides by 5. D is equal to 3. Now, I'm not quite at the point where I need to be yet. I need to go in now and find the value of each side, given that D is 3. So I just realized I made a mistake here. This should be 25. And that would change my answer to 5. So 12, 25, and this 5. So now what I'll do is I'll take 4 times 5 minus 13 is 7. 12 minus 5 is also 7. These two match. So that helps. That means I did something accurately. And then 5 plus 6, that is 11. So the measurement of KM is 7. The measurement of ML is 7. And the measurement of KL is 11. Now notice when I wrote the measurement of each of those segments, I did not include the line at the top. So keep that in mind when you're working through that process, okay? All right, here's another one. We want to find X and the measure of each side of an equilateral triangle. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch out what this triangle looks like. So A, B, C, it's equilateral, so all the sides are the same. So AB is 6x minus 8. CB is 7 plus x. and AC is 13 minus X. So now I can take any of these two sides and put them together as an equation. So I could say 13 minus X is the same as 7 plus X. So now 6 is the same as 2X. Divide by 2, X is 3. So it said find X and the measure of each side. So this is a great way that I can go in and check to see if my answer is correct. 7 plus 3 is 10. 13 minus 3 is 10. 6 times 3 minus 8 is also 10. So I did my work correctly. So the measurement of AB is 10. The measurement of BC is 10. And the measurement of CA is also 10. So we're going to be utilizing a lot of algebra as we continue to work through exploring triangles. So your practice is listed right here. And what I'd like you to do is recognize per the learning plan, we are going to be, when you submit your homework, we're going to be adjusting it a little bit, okay? So you're going to have to show your work just like you've always had to, okay? So you're going to show your work. You are going to score it with the answer key. Okay. Then this is the part that's new. I need you to mark when you score it, each question with a star or a slash, meaning it's either right or wrong. So when I look at your work when you submit it, I should be able to tell which problems are right and which problems are wrong. So that when you're checking it, you're able to check that out, and then I'm able to access it as well. And then at the top of each page, I need to see your score. So your score needs to be listed at the top of each page. Okay? And when you're doing that, you know, you list it 6 out of 7 or 9 out of 12, something like that, whatever your score is, okay? So good luck on your assignment. Come into the Google Meets anytime you have questions. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.